Hey, could you pass me the lighter fluid?
Yeah, here you go. Did we bring enough s'mores?
I think we did.
There's never enough s'mores.
That's probably
That's
a good
very true.
point. Oh, we got the recording going.
Yep, field recording.
Oh, we started
You're
it. Okay.
live.
Yeah.
It is really beautiful out. I've got mixed feelings about it. I love being outdoorsy and being together with you guys. But we're getting a lot of notes from Fountain City Frequency, which is our production company. They wanted us to go on this kind of work retreat to improve the show and get viewership up and ratings up. I guess there's been a dip.
The tiniest. of
Some
dips.
people are unsatisfied with, who we are, what we are.
We're not reaching our full potential, is what we've heard.
Right.
Which I guess. I mean, I'm open to it.
I think we're not the cash cow they once thought we were going to be.
3 years in, maybe we should be making some money. I'll say that's maybe on us a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But money ruins everything around me.
It rules everything around me.
Cream.
It's bits like that I think they want to fix. If I'm being honest.
Well, I thought maybe we would get this new book, Money Shot, out on Vault Comics in today's episode.
Mm-hmm.
That's the new Tim Seeley one, right?
It's a new Tim Seeley book. Very excited about it. It's very porn-o-graphic.
I wish that word was hyphenated like that. Like porn.
graphic.
Makes it sound like a 50s
Product.
Coming now to see as the pornographic.
Let's do it. Let's read that.
If
Do
we
it.
have time. I think we have someone coming to visit and tell us how to do things, right?
That's true. I think there's some sort of like brand strategist or motivational speaker that's supposed to meet us here and give us like a pep talk. Like I know this is like team building and we spend a lot of time together and maybe we do need to refresh our relationships a little bit. We get a little spicy sometimes with each other.
It's interesting that Fountain City Frequency would set it up like this because this could have been done like a phone call.
An email.
Yeah, but instead we're at a campfire.
I don't even know if Fountain City Frequency can afford this.
Well,
They're taking a gamble.
what was your guys' per diem?
Well, I'm not in a Hyatt or anything here. Like we're
we brought our own tent.
yeah.
I guess that's true.
I brought a puffer jacket that I can kind of just roll up in.
You look like Missy Elliott from 1998.
Thank you.
I can't
Compliment.
stand the rain.
Compliment.
I just have a ditch I dug. I'm going to throw sand on myself.
So your per diem was what?
Enough for the sandbags.
Yeah.
It doubles as a bathroom.
Yeah. And Matt, and maybe he didn't tell you guys, he said bury yourself.
I think he was speaking to you.
I think you might have gotten fired from First Issue Club
Oh no.
and not realized it.
Oops.
What are we gonna do with the budgets?
You'll make extra no money.
Even more in the red, baby. But don't you just love the crackle pop of that fire?
It is a nice autumn night.
Yep.
Kind of
Kinda
see the
spooky.
stars. Yeah.
It's Halloween too. We haven't mentioned
That's
that
true.
yet.
It is Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
It's October. It came quickly.
It's almost the witching hour.
I didn't think about that.
Midnight
It's a
quickly
little
approaches. That's
creepy.
true.
Yeah. This person must be super late. They haven't even arrived yet.
Hello?
Who are you?
Hello? I see a fire, but I can't see anyone. Dark
Who are you?
shadows. My name is Vanessa. Are you perchance the First Issue Club?
Yes.
That is us.
That's good, because I didn't
I'm sorry.
see any other campfires
Did you say
around.
Vanessa?
I said Vanessa.
Ah.
Oh,
I don't believe I
no.
stuttered.
with a B?
With a B. Yes. So Mr. Hodap has sent me. I hope you're enjoying the campfire. It seems like you've gotten a little cozy.
Oh, amazing amenities
Yeah.
at this campsite.
Spared no expense.
Yep.
I mean,
Budget King's already shoveled his bed out.
it took me a little while to get out here, if I'm being honest. I was trying
Yeah,
to
if
get
you
my
c-
ducks in a row.
If you could tell, Matt, we are
Using
not complaining. We love
There's
this.
ducks here?
And you don't appear dressed for a campsite at
Yeah,
all.
what are you
I
wearing?
am not. The pantsuit was a bad choice. I could have layered up a little bit.
You look
but
strong.
You know, yeah, I mean, it's confidence.
It's bold.
Yes, definitely look
Confidence is
important.
key. Confidence is key. Stilettos were also. a
Yeah, are
I'm
those
intimidated.
6-inch heels or 7?
Well, half of it's broken off of the other one. There's a lot
Oh,
of
that
mud.
explains the limp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, also my right leg is a good 4 inches.
That is a
shorter.
unique stride you have.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
You have the Rivers Como disease from Weezer.
Who's? I don't know your friend.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it's got to stop bringing up emo. That's got to be point number one from the brand
Okay,
strategist.
yeah. We
Well,
need,
so,
we need an overhaul.
I think since I'm a little late, I'm just going to jump right. I think we're going to get started.
Well, before that, can I say one thing? Let's get this rebrand started!
Yeah.
Yes, so I brought one speaker with me. I think the other two are on their way, but we're going to get this rolling because I think you guys need some pointers. Mr. Hodap was very clear about that. So without further ado, we're going to introduce our first speaker for you guys. I've heard that one of the issues is that you're going to need some social media improvements for the podcast. So he's an expert in social media. He's going to talk to you guys. Okay, come on out.
Hello. It's a pleasure to speak to you today.
Oh, hey.
Hey, little buddy.
My name is Jackson Fitzel, and I am a popular YouTube guy.
Okay, cool.
Well, also, and I don't mean to just malign your presentation by immediately barraging you with questions
That's okay.
before you have a chance to
Well,
start.
first of all, this is normally how it goes.
Okay.
You're
well,
doing it very quickly.
You've done this before. Oh,
yeah.
good. Okay.
I'm pretty seasoned with this stuff already.
but
Alright.
it's interesting that you're seasoned with anything because it appears you are a child.
That is very correct. You're very astute. What's your name?
Okay, I am Mike. Thank you.
Mike, thank you. I appreciate your questions.
Okay.
That is true. I am 8 years old. I have over 40,000 subscribers to my YouTube
Whoa,
channel.
wow.
Thank you very much. My Twitter presence is unparalleled for kids my age. So I'm here to help you guys go viral, baby, as they say in the game. So a little history about myself. I dropped out of school at the ripe old age of 4.5.
You hadn't even entered kindergarten yet.
No, I saw it from afar, like I was walking into the building, and I was like, I kind of get it.
What'd your parents think about that?
They were cool with it. They like me to like explore my hobbies and who I am as a person.
Well, it seems
Wow.
that you've found success without a degree.
Yeah, looks like they were right.
That's
And-
right. And you know why? Confidence. You are all pretty timid little puppy dogs right now, and it is embarrassing for you.
Oh, no.
I've listened to probably one of your episodes,
Okay.
and from the sound of your voices, is there like a bear in the recording studio with you? Because you're all scared.
First of all, always nice to meet a fan.
Yes.
I didn't click to subscribe or 5 stars, and you know why? I was bored.
We didn't deserve
Oh,
it.
man.
That's why you're not getting any fans. You guys are boring.
You're harsh,
Oh,
Baxter.
wow.
It's Jackster, Mr. Man. What's your name, friend?
I'm actually royalty. My name is Budget King.
Okay, well, that's new.
You don't
I
think that's snappy? You don't think that'll help us go viral?
Yeah.
No, I
I
think
heard-
I actually got the most notes about you.
Okay.
Oh.
You're on
Uh-oh.
you're on really thin ice. You can actually be replaced with like a
no.
robot or something,
Oh, wow.
which may
Alright.
actually help your reach with the audiences. So here's my tips for you guys. First thing, get out of this dead medium of audio. Who fucking listens to things anymore? It's
This
all
is-
visual.
wow.
Your first tip is
That's
to stop
Hodap's-
the podcast?
No, 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 no.
Hodap's big ideas end it.
You gotta evolve. Oh, you can talk about comic books. Blah, 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 blah. No one wants to see that. Where's your Chapsnat story? Where's your Facebook story?
This is something that we are bad at. I'll
Yeah.
admit that
I-
we're
Who
Social
wants to follow
media
that?
presence is actually physical presence
Okay.
that we just need to be sharing at all
You're
times
doing nothing.
with everyone.
You're doing nothing.
Okay.
I wouldn't say we're doing nothing. So I'm just a little offended. I think we do a
See,
great
that's why
job
you're-
with the
that's
Twitter.
What,
Hey,
that's why you're failing
Jackster,
because you're not saying it. I'm
Jackster,
the- Listen, who was brought here 50 miles in a
Okay,
car
fair.
in a Cutlass Supreme?
Baxter, you
a
asked.
Cutlass Supreme.
Look,
you-
she handles
Jackster.
great. She handles very fine. Don't.
It
no-
was great.
No
I got
jokes
to play
about
my,
the cutlass.
I was playing my Nintendo Switch, which I got for free from Nintendo because of my subscribers.
Okay.
You want free stuff?
I would love some free
yes,
stuff.
I do want free
Okay,
stuff.
well you need to listen up. Second thing, get a dog.
We need a dog.
Get a dog. A dog?
Just get a dog. You can take pictures of the dog for your Instagram.
I
You want
think-
that double tap, don't you?
Okay.
I do.
Does it have any? Does it have any breed that you would recommend?
Cuter the better. Now here's the thing: you only want to keep the dog from ages born
Oh, no.
to 6 months,
Oh.
What?
and then it goes white to the trash,
Okay.
and then
To
get
the
you a new
trash.
And by trash, you mean just to another owner,
one.
right?
Nope, white into the trash.
So you.
Oh my
Okay,
Put it right in
Jackster,
there.
quick,
Yes.
quick question.
Go ahead.
How many dogs have you put right to the trash?
Oh boy, let's see here. Well, I started my career when I was 5, and I'm 8 now. So what is that? Like 1,600 dogs.
And this Michael Vick situation hasn't backfired on you?
100
Wow.
dogs.
Well, hold on there. I'm not killing them. I'm just putting them right into the dumpster.
What do you think?
And then they can live their lives how they want. If they get out of the dumpster,
Jackster, I
good
don't
for
want to
them.
burst your bubble, but we're doing a live field recording, and there may be quite a few people.
Yeah.
Hey,
But,
guess what? Tip number 3. Everybody loves a bad boy.
Okay. I can get down with that, actually.
Yeah. Like, where's the...
Elaborate on that, because I don't know how. Are we a video show now? Are we a podcast? And how are we supposed to be bad boys?
That's up to you. It's all about the persona. Johnny Depp. John McCain.
He was a maverick.
But
I don't know that he was a
the
bad
yellow
boy.
dinosaur from Bounty. Those dudes knew how to party and they knew how to swagger.
These are viral sensations?
There's the bad boys.
All right,
and they
all right.
just kind of walk around like, get
So-
out of my way, Buster Brown.
Well, if you could see the Jackster swagger,
Yeah.
It's confusing to have so much swagger when you don't appear to have any legs.
Yes.
Well, that's interesting because I'm actually dead.
Oh, interesting
What?
tidbit you left out.
all right, care to chime in here, Vanessa, on why you brought a dead child?
Well, hold on. A dead child, by the way, that still has 200,000 subscribers on YouTube.
You led with 40,000.
It's gone up. That's how I do it. I'm talking to you, donkeys.
We should be listening to
I'm
this
talking
guy.
to you, donkeys. And I'm doing my YouTube here on my left
Okay,
hand.
donkeys.
I'm getting subscribers.
Okay.
I'm smashing that subscribe button. What are your subscribers doing?
I've never once questioned your authority, but I don't like being disrespected.
The show is me dabbing in like unique places, like the lunchroom or like in front of the Mona Lisa. How I died was I was dabbing on top of a cliff and I got a little excited and I fell off.
Wow.
But you know what didn't fall off? My subscribers.
So this is how we go viral: is we blast our audience with where we are and what we look like every
Every day.
chance we get.
If you're not posting every hour, fucking kill yourselves.
Wow. Wow.
shit.
Wow. Okay. And
Because
in
why
addition,
are we even here?
Did you miss a beat once you were dead? Like, you just kept pubbing?
No, no sleep. I can sleep when I'm dead. Guess what? I'm dead. I didn't want to sleep.
Even
I didn't even take
better.
like a cat nap. I was just like, let's keep going.
You have a dedication to your craft like a no other.
It is quite admirable.
It's not even like my craft. I love my audience, and I want you guys to love your audience. But first of all, we gotta get you guys an audience.
Okay. I feel educated.
You're like talking into the void right now.
All right, let me pitch you an idea for a viral video we could try.
Oh, this is really good. I like where your head's at.
Thank you.
Mike,
I'm
thank you.
I'm a go-getter.
A collabo.
Yeah. So,
Ooh.
Budget King, walking down sidewalk, busy street.
Okay, what do you hit him with?
Well, I wasn't going to hit him with anything. Do I need to do that?
Well, I'd say this. The highest ranked videos on YouTube are pranks where things go wrong,
Mm-hmm.
dogs, like I talked about earlier,
Okay, yeah, dead dogs.
and fault compilations.
Fault compilations.
People faulting.
Oh,
Farting.
farting.
Fart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your lisp was
Okay.
hard. on
Yeah,
that
you've
one.
got a little bit of a speech impediment,
I didn't
buddy.
know it was fault.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm 8 years old and I'm fucking dead. Give me a goddamn break. I got a lot on my plate. Thank you very much.
Well, Jackster, you are a true treasure.
Yes.
Well, guys, I hope I was here to help. And if you take my advice, you're going to take your game to the next level and you'll get all the fans. You got to make sure to tell them to smash that subscribe button,
Okay.
like and subscribe.
I have heard
Follow.
those things, so I think that's
5
are pretty
stars. Got to do the 5 stars.
Okay, 5 stars.
And be sure to throw that puppy away after 6 months.
I don't know about that one, but
Yeah, I
the
think we're
rest,
gonna have to
okay.
find-
Well,
tune
you
that.
guys figure it out. Jack's still out. I'm dabbing y'all.
all right.
Vanessa, I don't.
This retreat kind of blows.
Jax, you can play the Switch in the Cutlass. Just
Did-
get in.
Have you seen my charger? Vanessa, have you seen my charger for the Switch?
No, is it in the bag that you brought it in?
No, those are my Cheerios.
Look, I don't know, honey. Just go with the battery you have. I'll come help you with it in a minute.
All right.
So, did Matt hire Jackster or did you, Vanessa?
So I've got a clipboard, and I go with who's on the
Ooh,
clipboard.
fancy you.
Okay.
Okay.
So you
What do you,
have an
what do you,
agenda.
what do you, what do you mean fancy me?
It's a clipboard. I mean, like
Well,
they're
you-
like what, a buck?
Couldn't you put it on a cell phone? Like a text message or
That's
something?
a good
I
point,
could
actually.
if I had one.
Okay, I feel like I'm sorry. I'm
Oh.
projecting because I'm upset with Jackster.
Your cell phone
So
list?
please-
How cool.
Vanessa, please continue. I'm sorry.
I thought you had something to use for. I'm glad you were able to get that out. It was disgusting.
Smells
it was
disgusting.
disgusting.
All right. Anyway, I just got a text. And here he's pulling up now. So our next guy, I'm going to tell you just a little bit about him. Let him get out of the car. He deals with your target market. So I hope y'all learned a lot about the social media because Mr. Hodap wants you to focus on implementing those techniques
Okay.
after you found like a very target-rich environment for your audience.
Oh, good
Here he
God.
is. Here he is. I'll just get out of the way here. Oh, he's coming right in. Ow. Okay.
Hey guys.
Oh, boy.
I'm here. I'm Mr. Pumpkin Man.
Nobody knows where he came from. Here comes Mr. Pumpkin Man.
I'm here to help you with your target market. Aren't you happy?
Dear
I'm
God.
confused, but I guess I can get there. I'd get happy.
Are you like a
Ditto.
seasonal thing?
What? How on the nose, Greg?
No, come on, you guys. We're here to learn about Halloween.
No, so you're telling me
Oh.
you're this year around.
Like
What
you're
what was your name one more time?
So,
Dr. Gord?
you guys, I have a little song to remember my name. It
Oh,
goes like
boy.
this.
Be sure to have your blood type on hand. Here comes Mr. Pumpkin Man.
Mr. Pumpkin Man.
I gotta say, you look
Mr.
a
Pumpkin
lot
Man.
like that CW meme that I've seen every Halloween.
The frog?
Down to the black leotard.
That's me. So, on
That's you're the me.
You're him. Hold on, we need to just back up a minute. You're the actual man from those commercials?
This is actually pretty huge for First Issue Club. This
Yeah.
is a meme
Or is that
incarnate.
person
You're
based off of you?
Celebrity.
the thing about that contract is we can't be talking about that
Okay,
here.
okay. Duly noted.
Okay, sorry.
S-
The legality of it
yes,
all. I'm sorry.
If you wouldn't mind, I don't know who's editing this podcast, but if you could delete that part where I said that was me.
We don't edit this.
Okay.
Also,
Anyway,
we're not recording. Psych, we're recording.
I think he could hear you.
regardless. We're here to educate yourselves about Halloween, because I'm Mr. Pumpkin Man.
He will steal your teeth. Here comes Mr. Pumpkin Man.
Hang on.
Wait,
hang on.
it's about Halloween?
I thought you were here for target market research, and Vanessa, you might want to get this guy in line a little bit. Because he seems like he's a Halloween mascot trying to teach us about Halloween.
Sorry, I dozed off and then I heard my name. What were you?
Vanessa, come on.
I just don't think Mr. Pumpkin Man really fits into our agenda here.
Now,
Yeah,
does
give him a
anybody in the
chance.
club
God, still
know
going.
when the first pumpkin was invented?
The first pumpkin?
Invented? I thought they were planted.
Yeah, were they like manufactured, genetically engineered gourds?
Let's take a trip on my pumpkin seed. Everybody jump in.
Are those
What
drugs?
is- what?
He will snort your grandmother's ashes. Here comes Mr. Pumpkin Man.
Jump into my pumpkin
I'm
seed.
comfortable with this. Let's get into that pumpkin
You're
seed.
okay.
Okay.
All right.
Jump right in.
Yep.
No, okay. You guys are all into my pumpkin seed now. And now we're
I gotta
passing.
say it's wetter than I would
And I
like.
appreciate you narrating what's happening.
Yeah,
Are we
it's
gonna
very helpful.
Are we about to get eaten?
We're now passing the year 1821 when the first pumpkin was invented.
Oh, we're going back in time. This is a time
Budget
machine.
King, how you doing? I know you are not a fan of.
We
period
left that
pieces.
fire
History,
going.
yeah.
I recently heard that I might be losing my job, so I'm just kind of in an existential crisis.
Fair
if you
enough.
wouldn't mind shutting up, Budget King, we're on a
Whoa.
ride here.
Once ate a baby sandwich. Here comes Mr. Pumpkin Man.
Okay, everybody. Now notice the year 1821. You see a pumpkin over there.
Yes, I do. That's right there, actually.
That's the first pumpkin.
Really? That's the 1821?
It's weird that it's purple.
Yeah, what's
Well-
up with that?
It just is the pumpkin. All right, let's go back to the
Okay.
fire.
Okay, so it seems like you know when it was, and that's about all the info you have on it.
We're here to learn about education. Okay,
Now we're here to learn about education.
Whoa.
okay, Mike, what's the truth about yourself?
What?
My
What's
inner
a
truth? Well, I guess at my core, I'm just trying to create and put something out there in the world that I'll be remembered by, but I fear that ultimately I'm just any other Joe Schmo.
And that's what we call a good effort. Now, Mike, what's truthful about yourself is that oftentimes you're a real asshole and you pass it off as comedy. Yeah, actually,
Whoa.
that's
Wow.
that
This guy's
sounds-
a dick.
That sounds true,
Wow.
kind of.
So-
though. Like,
Also, again, great to meet a fan.
and
You've
sometimes,
listened to the show before.
and sometimes you're a real asshole to Budget King. Yeah, this is
my
actually
God.
Are
true.
you and Budget King in cahoots,
Yeah,
Pumpkin
I
Man?
feel
No,
like this is.
my whole job here is just education.
Bets on horse fighting matches. Here comes Mr. Pumpkin Man.
Okay, and for the next Halloween, little tidbit, when was the first murder?
I feel
I don't like where
uncomfortable.
this is going.
I'd like to get out of the seed
The
now.
first murder. Go ahead, step out of the seat.
Wait, we have to stay together. If I've seen any horror film, we have to stay together.
So I've
I
got to
agree
stay in
with
this
this.
seed.
Especially if there's time travel involved, I feel like we should
Ay, ay,
all
ay.
stay in the seed
All
for
right,
now.
All right.
So the first murder, did it happen before or after the
Are we
first
going to
pumpkin?
witness it?
If you wouldn't mind, step into the pumpkin seed.
Oh, dear God. Well, let's go see a murder.
Okay, and we're now passing a lot of things, and then we hear this knock.
No, he knew a knock was coming.
I heard the knock.
That is Jesus Christ being hammered to a cross.
Oh,
Wow.
Ow.
Why is Jesus also purple?
He was the first
Is
murder.
this like a pumpkin
and
seed?
you, as sinners, all murdered him.
I think I see where this is going.
Now, the question I need to ask you, where are you going when you die?
Oh, I want to get off this pumpkin seed immediately.
I told you.
I'm seeing now all the pamphlets you have in your pocket.
That's what we call a good try. The correct answer is hell if you don't give your life to Christ.
But, like, aren't there other ways to get to heaven, like other religions?
The only way to get to heaven is through Mr. Pumpkin Man.
Always has the dankest weed. Here comes Mr. Pumpkin Man.
Oh, wait a minute. What?
This is
Are you
like-
Jesus?
Accept me into your heart.
Wow.
Holy cow.
This is a classic Christian swindle where they take one of your fun demonic holidays and turn it into something Christ-centered and take all the fun out of
You
it.
know what? I remember that, because Mr. Pumpkin Man was like a pagan thing.
Also, no way that Jesus Christ was the first person to be murdered, okay?
That's very true.
That's
I'm
not
sure,
true. And I don't think
Yeah.
I'm sure
1821
he
was the
forgave
first
many
pumpkin.
murderers.
Okay, where does
That's
all,
all. Yeah,
I think
good
you're
point.
kind of full of bullshit.
where does all knowledge come from? Not you.
Oh, well, that's
I mean,
kind of
that's
true.
true.
I
I
mean,
guess I agree.
Okay, and on to Greg.
Whoa, I don't want to play this game anymore.
Sorry, Greg.
Someone else gets berated. No, I'm here for this. Lay into him.
Start
No,
to-
I took my fucking turn. Everyone else gets theirs. Go ahead, Mr. Pumpkin Man. You have the floor.
Okay, Greg, what's a lie you tell yourself?
that I'm good enough.
That's what we call a nice try.
Wow.
Oh,
When you
no.
get home in the evening and you see pizza sauce on your tie, yes, everybody at work saw that pizza sauce and they felt too sorry for you to tell you that you were covered in pizza sauce.
His breath smells like fish. Here is Mr. Pumpkin Man.
You're an
What
asshole.
a jovial way to cut someone down.
This is called education.
This is called berating people for no goddamn reason. You haven't even told us how to help the podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Are we supposed to ask these questions or evangelize or what? Are
The email I got said, help this podcast educate. And here I am.
I see.
All right, so I
No
feel
further
like
questions,
yeah,
I guess.
and I feel like it might be time to go back to the well of educators, Vanessa.
Okay.
Yeah, can we by any chance
we go
get
back to the
that
campsite?
Yes, I'll take you back there. I'll take my check in the mail. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, we don't.
Yeah, that's
okay.
through Vanessa. So talk to Vanessa about your check and fuck off.
We'll be seeing you.
Man, Mr. Pumpkin Man
Fucking Mr. Pumpkin Man.
That
sucked.
was-
God, do you have a take on him, Budget King? He was a piece of shit.
Actually,
like kind of how he
I vibed with him a little bit.
railed me
Some-
about being mean to you, which is something that I don't feel is necessarily accurate.
I don't.
Yeah, I think
well,
it was
I
a
don't.
little-
I wasn't necessily siding with him, but he had some insights that were interesting.
It's
at points.
funny that he thought that I am mean in the guise of comedy, and that's why I get away with being such a cock all the time. I thought that was an interesting take that he had.
That
And like specific.
Yeah, like very specific.
okay,
like
so
he knew Mike D.
My understanding,
or was informed by him.
my understanding was that he was kind of like a presenter of like things you don't know, like Discovery and things like that.
Yeah.
And so maybe he was looking into a thing about yourself you hadn't
He's like
yet
tapping into a
yet,
force.
yet addressed. So like if you want to learn about oxygen or something like that, you might learn about the chemicals. If you want
Yeah.
to learn about yourself.
It's
so it
just
wasn't
like learning any other thing.
Yeah.
You're telling me.
Yeah, it was
that
like
this
general-
is just a fact of the world that I'm learning about myself.
I think
As
he,
an example.
he was doing some world
Got it.
some world exploration.
I
It
gotta,
seemed like
I gotta say, I don't know how we're supposed to relate that to the podcast. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really hope we can
He's-
follow up with Matt to get some
Yeah.
clarification.
I was like halfway on him. I didn't like what he said about you, Greg. It was kind of weird.
Okay. So, Greg, you didn't like what he said, which is actually pretty soft compared to me. Mine, it was like, the sky is blue, the grass is green, and Mike is a shithead. Is like, we're like the true facts of life, is essentially what I gathered from Mr. Pumpkin Man.
He
And
was
you
just-
have his back?
He was just doing some insightful things. Like,
Okay.
He was kind
Okay.
of.
Also, his pumpkin seed was a cardboard box covered in pumpkin guts.
It was weird
It
that we
was
went into
so
it. We
sticky.
there's a lot of things we don't do, but we just went into that box.
It's when someone's in a place of power and leading a conversation, I just feel like I get tricked into this mind space where I have to do whatever they tell me
Okay,
to.
Right.
I can feel that. Too.
I mean, I tried to get out, but you guys were like, let's see you through.
It
Well,
was.
we didn't know if there's other pumpkin men out there gonna hurt you.
It was also weird when he went down the
That's a
weird Bible track
terrifying
thing.
thought.
Yeah, the weird religious thing that came out of nowhere.
That
I
wasn't.
felt like he came under false pretenses. He didn't really want to help us. He wanted to.
That's a good. Vanessa, do we have any verification of the people that are visiting us today?
Just my clipboard, honey.
Okay.
I
Now-
gotta tell you though, Jacksta won't shut up about his charger, so I really have to go and sort this out because he will not stop if the last 3 hours in my cutlass are any indication. If you guys can just hang tight, I'm gonna go. Oh my good lord! I don't disagree with your thoughts on Mr. Pumpkin Man, but I just gotta say, we just got one more. We'll keep it rolling after I go help this little idiot find his charger.
Oh, you might go deal with that. All right. This has been a weird fucking brand retreat. I
Yeah,
have to
this has
say.
been
I
like a
think so,
fucking
too.
wash.
And I feel further away from you guys than
yeah,
I
like
expected
a
to.
stake has been
This was
driven
really
through
supposed
us.
to make us feel like closer and more together.
Yeah, it didn't actually help us at all.
Actually hurted us.
Yeah.
It hurted us bad.
Hurted us real bad.
We've been visited by a man who had a pumpkin soldered into his head and then also a ghost child.
Great recap.
Neither of them were particularly fond of us.
No.
or had any knowledge about anything.
They didn't really do anything. You
I
guys.
think I need to get my mind off this.
Yeah. You want to chat about our book?
Yeah, I mean, have you guys been able to pull it out? Can we read it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it right here.
Oh, nice.
Who's it by? I know it's Tim Seeley and
Sarah Beatty?
yeah, she's
Okay.
written for like SNL and
Oh, really?
other shows. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's like a stand-up and like she's really popular on Twitter.
As a parent from the funny comic book that she wrote
Right.
called
This was funny.
Money Shot.
On
Vault.
Money Shot, we had been talking about a little bit. It got the same treatment that Once and Future and Something's Killing the Children did.
The pre-sales to make
Yeah.
like second printings and all that.
A lot of hype has happened for this book. The premise of this book is imagine NASA is now funded through pornography, essentially. That's what the solicitation said. When you read the book, you find out defunct scientists figure out through space exploration they could fuck aliens and fund the science that they actually want to do.
Yeah, essentially the premise that people will pay to watch them have sex with aliens rather than pay just to see and explore and seek out new life forms.
Yeah.
Which is brilliant.
It is brilliant, especially because on this podcast, we discovered that porn is going crazy and that it used to be pizza delivery guy and it has now moved into fuck your stepsister. And so
And where we go from here, I am not
Well,
happy
don't they reference
see.
that, like, that the putting your grandma's face on, like, two
Oh yeah,
different-
you could like deep fake
Yeah.
literally
Yes.
anything with humans that you want now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that the final frontier of porn has to be like
things we haven't seen
Yes.
before, we can't fantasize about because we haven't seen them. That's insane.
Which, I mean, when do we get to that point of like, well, I've seen everything, fuck everything. Like,
I think it's 4 hours on the internet.
I think
Really?
it's for me 30 minutes, and I'm like, well, I'm all gross and gooey, and I don't want to see porn ever again.
I liked, well, realistic perspective throughout. They're trying to make a point, and I think it's a good one. I think
Yep.
they do it very well. But I liked the little bits of realistic ones where she mentions it's a lot of work to like identify locations and find
Yeah.
species with compatible anatomy. Like I just really, it was funny. Like the way they did it was kind of seamless from a storytelling perspective. I mean, it's a bold point to make, and people are going to automatically assume it's trashy or it's filthy because of the subject matter. But I feel like it was a little bit more down to earth
I also
than that.
love, in reading this, I was like, oh, this is the genre of comics I like. It's this like comedy done well, but also a really fun story. Like,
And slight nudity.
which interesting about the nudity?
No dicks.
There was dildo that were shaped like dicks.
Yeah.
Nope, doesn't
but
count.
Doesn't count. Okay, the nudity didn't come like straight up on the. It settled.
And I thought this book was going to be full blown nudity throughout.
Mm-hmm. And it may turn to that later on. There may be like some weird orgy scene or whatever.
Not that I need that. I was probably maybe even more comfortable reading it without there being like
Yeah.
just nudity shoved in my face.
Yeah.
Right.
I also like that it's a female lead who says she's horny and then faps
Yeah.
to some pornography later. That's just a little bit of a juxtaposition to the normal person that would come up with doing porn to fund space.
Right.
So
I do want to see how she convinces the rest of them to do that. Like it is kind of a jump from what we get in this story to like, bam, the idea hits her and she's like, we got to do this now. And clearly at the beginning of the story, they are doing it. So, I mean, that plan has already been underway for some time.
the writing of how they're gonna perform the sex scene, I was like, oh shit, they thought about this.
Yeah.
Like,
And then she's like, said that was 17 minutes. They described 4 full to completion like scenes. That, yeah, you're right. That was like, this is not their first rodeo.
yeah, this comic book start to finish was brilliant.
I really liked it. I thought it was just going to be like a shallow book because they named it Money Shot. I thought there wouldn't be a lot of substance to this.
I also really liked that Money Shot wasn't just a gratuitous title for the book, that they actually tied it in
Brilliant.
to the device that they use to go out and find these species. And the little names for like the little drone droid looking thing, like Little Shot. and-
Little Shot.
Yeah. It was great.
The porn names were great. Supermassive Black Hole was
Yes.
one of the
Yes.
guys.
Yeah. So we've talked about like there are books where they have maps and they have like character trees and like they have, and that's a good way to tell that this has been fully fleshed out and there's a big old plan for what's coming next. This was a book that didn't really have to do that, but it still conveyed the same amount of forethought.
That's a really good point.
Are they prisoners?
And
Yep. So it's like an outer space porn adventure, and then you realize like this additional layer of complexity, wherein they are like also living outer space tropes, old like classic Star Trek
Yes.
cast. Like they're just being
Yes.
imprisoned by alien races on these weird lost planets that they're like
Mhm.
not familiar with.
Right.
So two plots. One, we've got to get ourselves out of this, and
Yep.
2, we have to like get real sexy at some point during it. So
One,
keep-
we've got to
keep
fuck
this going.
ourselves out of this.
And there's this elder of lore
Oh my
on this
God.
planet that I almost think part of them being captured and imprisoned was just so they could get closer to this entity.
It
Something-
produces enough energy more
Yes.
than an atom bomb
Fission.
or something.
Oh, yeah, that's right. A means of reaching an orgasm capable of generating an energy release on the level of nuclear fission.
Right.
As gratuitous and ridiculous as any of the subjects sound, this never seemed like it was over the top for no reason. It fueled a narrative and served a purpose. And it was just the perfect mix of silly and adventure for me.
What porn typically tends to do is objectify people and dehumanize them.
Yeah.
And in this scenario, the porn element actually humanizes those people because it's a means to an end for them. Not that it isn't in many ways
Yeah.
in our culture, but you clearly see how much of a means, and you get to know their stories behind why they're doing it and that they may not be all that into it. One of the people's like, yeah, you used to be with this other girl and I'm getting ready to have a three-way with her. Like, you're going to say you're
cool?
not bothered with that?
Yeah.
Like, it's very humanizing, which I like.
I think what the real story here is this is going to be a straight up sci-fi book with hints of sexuality in it as like kind of a storytelling device, which is like real. That's what makes it a good book. It doesn't rely on the sex and the nudity
Yep.
to fuel the story. For me, anyway. So, I guess my real question is, how many of you spilled white after reading this?
Oh,
Spilled
my
white.
goodness.
Oh, hold on there, folks. Hold on there.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Hello?
Excuse me. Vanessa's on the phone right now. I am one of the people that is here to look after you folk and help your podcast.
Okay, because you seem just like a crazy stranger that was just approaching from like a
I-
neighboring
I
campsite.
understand. I get that a lot, young man.
Okay.
But believe me, I am here to help you. And what I overheard from that young man in the glasses over there, when he said, "Did you spill white?" After reading this book.
Hold on. I'm
Vanessa.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, Vanessa. Hello.
There are two of you, I thought.
There's only me, honey. The other one couldn't make the train.
You sure? Okay,
Now,
well, I mean,
Vanessa,
do-
may
do
I
your
continue
thing.
with my thing?
Of course. I was going by the clipboard, but I guess we're gonna have to call an audible.
I am sorry. I saw my opening and my ears were ringing with disgust when that young man said "spill white," so I could no longer sit back
It was a
and be
little
silent.
crude. Yeah.
Now, like I said, my name is Alabaster Gramble Honeysuckle Jones.
Mm.
I am here to clean this disgusting podcast up.
Now,
You need to be more family friendly, young men and women.
now, Alabaster Honeysuckle Jones?
Alabaster Gramble Honeysuckle
Gramble
Jones.
Honeysuckle Jones.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is that a hyphenated last name?
No, sir. No, sir. Jones is my last name. Gramble Honeysuckle is my middle
okay.
nomenclature.
Got it. Okay.
Nomenclature, excuse me.
I want
You got a question, young man?
Well, we just haven't clarified
Yes, sir.
what
Who am I?
What
am
makes
I?
you an expert
Yes, sir.
or somebody who can school us
Well-
on what's appropriate and what isn't?
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I had gotten a chance. You
Please,
just kinda-
Vanessa, please
you
introduce
came
me.
in really hot.
Yes, you vision. Yes,
is
please.
He is Mr. Hodap's expert on workplace ethics,
Mhm.
making sure the integrity of your podcast
Integrity, yes, ma'am. Mhm.
stays intact.
That is correct.
Or becomes intact, because I
Yes.
think part of his comments are that
Yes.
you have really filthy little mouths.
Yes.
I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that,
Vanessa,
Vanessa.
I thank you. Please take a seat over here by the fire. I would hate
love
for your
to. My right
pantsuit
foot
to become
has
ruffled.
been just dangling for the last.
Yeah,
What a
rest
gentleman.
your little crippled foot there, darling. I don't. I
yeah.
would hate for you to become tired in this heat that we are experiencing on this autumn day. Like she said, I am from the ethics department. I'm here to clean this little wretched podcast up. Now, I am a felon. I will start with that immediately.
That screams
So,
ethics.
where did I learn ethics? I've learned it from the best place I possibly can, the United States justice system. And I stand before you, a completely reformed man wanting to change the world, one person at a time.
I gotta know, Mr. Jones.
Yes, sir.
Powerful.
Mr. Jones, let me know
Oh,
a little bit of your
I
back
love
history.
That. You have the vocal cords of an angel that has been strangled, my friend.
You are
Has
too-
anyone ever said that to you?
You are too kind, Mr. Jones.
Yes,
I've
please.
not heard that before.
With your question, young man.
I have to know
Yes, sir.
why were you incarcerated before you proceed any further?
Now, that is a good question. Now, I will start from not the beginning because I have lived a very checkered past and I won't get into many of my malfeasances over my generations.
Shame we can't hear them all.
But what got me, what popped me with Johnny 5-0 was from the years from 1972 to 1986, I committed no less than 16 arsons in the great state
16.
of Mississippi. Now, yes, ma'am, you
Great
say
state.
16 as you are befuddled by that, but let me assure you, they only caught me for 16. I've done many more. Now, I did not stick to any one building or any kind of stadium, if you will. I've burned down lemonade stands.
And those are counted as one
Yes,
full arson.
yes, ma'am. One lemonade stand, one arson. Now, these
So
are...
equating one lemonade stand
Yes.
with one stadium, you're kind of like an equal opportunity.
No, well, mostly because I had not a lot of kerosene on my person at the time and a limited amount of matches. And as you know, lemonade stands is made for burning.
Can't argue with you there.
Is
I
that
wasn't
right?
aware.
So you...
Yes, sir. Speak up now. Come
I'm
on.
assuming, Mr. Jones, from your checkered past,
Yes.
that you may have some negative experiences with lemonade.
Not so much lemonade. I just hate it when children make money and I
You
don't have my
cannot-
hand in it.
Greasing the tax man's
It's more of
palm.
a financial annoyance, I find it to be. Now, I don't know where these children get off selling a single glass of lemonade for 25 cents, but if you ask me, that is 22 cents too much. So what are
that
these
right?
What are these children going to be doing with 25 cents? Trouble.
Wait, it wasn't the labor law you were
Maybe
mad
they're
at?
buying
They were just
comics.
making
I
too
mean-
much money.
They could have been buying
What is a
comic books.
comic?
We-
What are you speaking about?
Well,
Really?
we are a comic books podcast.
Oh, son. Your father must be so dissatisfied with your choices.
What a treat.
I'm glad to say he is not. He's very proud of
Oh, has
me.
he passed then? Does he not know of your...
I mean, regardless of what it is or is not about, the podcast,
Yes, sir. Ma'am, excuse me. You're beautiful.
beautiful like a handsome man.
You have hair the same color as hay.
So, regardless of the subject matter,
Yes.
would you be able to tell us how we can clean up our act?
Oh, do you have the time, little lady?
Well, I think that's why you're here.
I don't need the specific
Nothing
time.
but.
I mean, do you have hours of a day for me to wax poetic about how terrible this podcast is?
We're not paying for hours. If you could just.
Vanessa,
be
please go rest your crippled foot, woman. I am here with these children trying to educate. I do not need your interruptions.
Well, I mean, I
Do you want to
that
go wait
aside-
in the cutlass? I will not raise my voice again, but I will raise it now.
You know, for someone who's trying to teach me about Southern kindness, you
Yes.
could be more of a gentleman to
Yeah,
Vanessa,
I-
please.
I agree.
I mean, I haven't known Vanessa very long, and she has introduced two, maybe three assholes to me already at this point.
Oh, yikes.
So-
Yikers. Yeah, that's true.
You
Let
know,
me-
I don't
let
know
me-
what good standing we're on, but you could talk a little nicer to her,
Let me tell you something about a Southern gentleman.
please. Enlighten
man.
me.
We may be sweeter than honey, but we sting like a bee.
Okay.
So I will not take this kind of disrespect when I've been asked here to be a guest to improve your little fan club thing you have going on here.
Alabaster, we didn't mean it.
You shut your mouth.
Oh, wow.
I've heard enough out of you.
I think that's literally the first thing I said to you.
Well,
Yes.
then it's the last. I've had enough of it. Let's get to the brass tacks
Mr.
here, folks.
Jones.
Please let's.
You will call me by my full Christian name.
We have to.
Alabaster.
It's so hard to remember, sir.
Alabaster Gramble Honeysuckle Jones.
Yeah, I got it.
Alabaster Gramble Honeysuckle Jones.
Yeah.
Now here I've listened to.
AGHJ.
AGHJ.
I like that. Can we call you AGHJ?
AGHJ?
I will allow that for the time being,
Okay.
but I will
Perfect.
be asking you later on to call me by my full Christian name. Now I've listened to one half of your little podcast.
Why do all of these representatives not even listen? to
Young
our
man,
fucking
I
show?
believe we have had an agreement for you to shut your mouth and sit right down on that stump. I've had about enough of that sweet, tacky mouth of yours.
Yes, AJ.
Now, I can only get through half an episode because y'all so vulgar and disgusting, freely talking about sexual acts, throwing out vulgarities like shit and piss.
Well,
Like it doesn't mean
Surprised you
anything.
even deem to say them yourself.
Now, in the context, little lady, I will say it so you know which words I am furious about. But in my normal vocabulary, I dare not speak those words.
So when you are frustrated with somebody, what kind of words would you use to replace these?
That's a great,
that's a
great
tip
question.
that we
That's a
would
great
take.
question,
Yeah.
That's you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because I will give you some suggestions. Now, when one of you wants to do a joke on the expense of another person in your club,
Sounds familiar.
under
calling them a name,
really does.
Under the guise
being
of comedy?
being passive aggressive in a certain way, and calling them a name in lieu of a joke.
Okay.
Let's say, perhaps. Now, I would say, don't do that. But a fun thing you could say is,
Point taken.
you are about as funny as a fly in my lemonade. Instead of saying words like, you are an asshole.
We're back to lemonade.
And we
Are
know
you
how
a
much-
Beyonce stan?
Maybe he just knows lemonade in the context of
It's the drink.
burning down all the stands.
Oh, is there a stand nearby?
We didn't get to see his CV. Who have you ethical sized? Who else have you brought down the ethic?
who have
This
I?
is perfect. I felt like we were onto a really interesting narrative with him.
Let's
But
get
yeah,
his references.
please,
Yeah.
your reference
I
Well,
thought
on
we, can,
ethics.
we
might
have
be-
time for both. We have Alabaster's got nothing but
Can I
time
just
here.
clarify? We don't have time for both.
Vanessa, my sweet garden rose. If you get too close to me in this fire, you will wilt.
Enough
So
of that.
please get back to your stump and rest your stump.
I've been sitting on the stump the entire time. My voice carries.
You are a nightmare. Anyway, so you, young man who I've told to shut up numerous times,
I can't
and
even
at
just
every
ask you
turn-
questions.
has denied and defied me. Who are my proteges? You want to know, or who have I helped? Who have I coached?
Yes,
You want to know who I've coached?
I'm curious.
Who I've
I
coached?
would love to know.
Who you've coached?
Who have coached?
Who do you have on that list?
I have done some marriage counseling for Johnny Depp. It's highly successful.
This is also the
I've
second time
done-
Johnny Depp's been
Again with the
referenced.
Johnny Depp.
There's a
I've
lot
done-
of
And I
common
think
threads.
he's had a tumultuous relationship.
Yeah,
Has
what,
he been-
how would you say
no,
you measure
sir,
the
no,
success?
sir. He's been fine. He's been fine.
You would consider him a fine gentleman.
He was way off worse when before I met him.
Okay, I would hate to meet that Johnny Depp.
Let's see here. Some workplace classes I had with what's his name, Christian Bale. He was a good butt. Oh, he was a good egg.
Any
He
any
was
companies
smart.
or
Ooh,
any
he was
small
smart.
Yeah,
small businesses
yeah.
such as
Any-
our
any other
scale and
podcasts?
size.
Oh, any other podcasts? Let's see here. No.
All right.
I worked with a few of the ladies from The View.
Okay.
They were good. Let's see here. I've worked with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
On what aspects of his life?
How to treat a maid.
Let me.
Was that pre or post made?
Durin, baby.
Okay.
Wow.
I've done some work with Hulk Hogan, Bill O'Reilly,
Everybody you touch
the
turns
Koch
to-
brother, R.I.P.
Let me guess. Just wild stat. Mel Gibson.
Who?
Okay. Well, not all of them.
Do you
I
only
never-
know people that you've ethicized?
Say what now?
It seems like you only know of people if you've ethical sized them.
Well, there's billions of people in the world.
Let
young
me
man.
ask you this.
Yes, go
because
ahead, young man.
Budget King's pronunciation of that made me think of something interesting because this is a Halloween episode.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Do you think you could give our podcast an ethicism, an
Yeah.
ethics exorcism to sort of exorcise the demons of this podcast and cleanse us?
Now, I think that's a wonderful idea.
Okay.
Uh,
What do you need us to do?
Okay. Well, since we've already surrounded ourselves with flame, the ultimate purifier, if you catch my drift, and the Alabama penal system sure does. Everyone, please gather around the fire, hold hands, and repeat after me. Well, not yet. I will cue you.
God, your hands are sweaty, Budget King.
So, first of all, what we intend to do here is purify and clean this podcast of its filth and disgusting ways, so it can rise from the ashes like a beautiful phoenix into the sky, clean as the day you were born.
Do I need to repeat all that? You said to repeat it?
No.
a lot.
I'll cue you.
It hasn't started yet.
I'll cue
Okay.
you. All right.
Okay. All right.
All right. Repeat after me. Talachumalakuna.
Halachumakuma.
Boo chalaba.
Boo chalaba.
Alabaster Gramble Honeysuckle Jones.
Alabaster Gramble Honeysuckle Jones.
Boocha boo.
Boocha boo.
And there it is. That's it.
There it is. Oh, that's.
Now, my friends, you are as clean as a whistle.
Do you guys feel any different?
I'd answer, but he'd tell me to shut up.
See? He's
learning.
It's working already. Look at that.
It is. All right. I like this. Good job.
I do declare.
You're my favorite guest so far.
Well, I liked you too. What's your name again?
Mike.
Mike. You were just an utter delight.
It's been a delight, Mr. Jones.
Oh, call me Alabaster.
Alabaster.
All right.
Pleasure
now,
to be on a first name basis
I
with
will.
you.
I will be in the Cutlass, Vanessa. Don't keep me waiting.
I still
Lord.
don't like how he talks to
Weird.
Vanessa.
Yeah.
Oh, she loves it.
Okay.
Don't you-
Oh, maybe they've got a thing going.
You think you sweet on Alabaster? Don't you fret.
Was Mr. Pumpkin Man in the car too?
No.
No, that fool just ran off.
I don't know that he was a scheduled guest even. He might have just...
Well, he was on Vanessa's clipboard, so
That's true. He was on the clipboard.
Well,
Anyway.
I mean, these things. I mean, I get the clipboard. I see what's on the clipboard, but I don't always know, why who's booked is who's booked. I mean,
All right, sweetie. I'm gonna get in the car. You all have a good rest of the show. Bye now. Alabaster out. That guy was a character.
Yeah.
He certainly was a character.
He's full of life.
I've learned nothing from these guests.
It sucks having a podcast distribution network that it feels like doesn't even know your brand.
Oh, well.
It's Clipboard's fault.
it's
has a
what
name.
it's what now?
Her name's Vanessa, and she's been an utter delight.
You have
Do you
it.
want to go back to the Cutlass and show Jax to where all of his charging cords and all of his energy sources are? Because let me tell you, it's no walk in
this
the
whole
park.
episode, I think I've been misrepresented. I also enjoy you, Vanessa. I think you. In fact, I never insulted your cripple leg.
Oh, way to bring it up.
Not until just now.
I was.
It's a regular leg.
I was
dog.
repeating the ethics person.
I don't think anyone said the word cripple.
No,
I think
don't
Alabaster
so
may
either.
have.
Oh, well, with a silver tongue like that,
Kind of admitted to thinking about her crippled leg this whole time, which is also creepy.
True.
Oh, man, I might as well go to my grave.
You mean your bed? That you dug in the beginning of the episode?
Well, I don't know. I felt like it's a good Halloween.
I speak for yourselves. I would much rather be elsewhere right now.
Excuse me. What are you all doing here?
Vanessa, is this on your clipboard?
Vanessa?
I don't have any more guests. I mean,
Oh my God, Vanessa! What are you?
Wait, hang on a second. Ma'am, who are you?
My name's Margaret Finston. I'm Vanessa's mother.
Whoa, you two know each other?
I've never seen this woman before in my life.
Vanessa, I'm your mother. You died 13 years ago.
What? What are you talking?
You
You
was-
guys, I think can we get Mr. Pumpkin Man back out of here? Escort
Oh,
her out.
gladly. Yeah, you want to go get him?
No,
I
No,
mean,
please
I haven't
don't.
seen my daughter in 13. You
I don't
died
know. Are you
here
feeling
in this
okay?
field.
Are you feeling okay? It seems like you're having a lot of
Vanessa,
false
please, what? You're so cold.
memories.
When I touch you, you're cold in the
Yeah,
touch.
that's just I'm
Hey.
clammy by nature. I don't. I feel like you need to go.
Vanessa, you died here 13 years ago in this field.
I don't. This is kind of. I don't.
Well,
I'm not liking this.
I'm confused too.
I came here as a memorial. It's the anniversary of her death.
Wait.
Tonight is.
You're saying that your daughter, Vanessa,
Correct.
died here on Halloween.
I think we oughta. I think we
Vanessa.
oughta take a step back here. I think we oughta. I mean, who's been ushering you through this retreat? I don't know that we should be throwing out accusations about who's a ghost, who's not a ghost,
Wait,
who died, who didn't die.
Vanessa?
Vanessa,
I smell brimstone.
Undead?
could it be?
Is she a ghost?
Well, I gotta say, sometimes.
things aren't what they seem.
Oh, God.
They
damn
First
it.
Issue Club.
Seriously.
How the
This
fuck did
Seriously?
you
guy
find us?
again?
Here I am, podcast demon, back again, Dab.
Oh,
my
even Dab.
God.
We got a fucking dead kid in the car that would love you.
I can't believe that I got you assholes to sit through those 3 horrible speakers.
Wait, that was you?
And you
Oh, yeah, it was.
and you almost got me to lay in a grave at night.
You pranked. Podcast demon, hit like and subscribe.
Oh my God.
Did you hack into Hodap's email?
You know it, baby. Hodap is one of my puppets.
Oh,
He's one of the
God.
sheeple of the podcast demon.
You got him and Rogan, right?
Up my ass and around all the corners.
Why do you get such pleasure from this?
Well, you don't like things up your ass? You might like hot dogs or frozen ice cubes, gerbils.
So you
I like
really-
podcast producers.
So you really don't want us to be bad boys or, I mean,
Dog
this was just
dumpsters.
all a ruse. We
care
don't
about
actually
ethics.
have to.
Wait, we can cuss now?
Here's the biggest joke of all. Nothing's saving this fucking podcast.
You know
News alert, news alert.
Oh, that was
Marquee
sharp,
at the
but-
bottom.
No. Fuck
First
you. That's
Issue
not
Club
true.
beyond saving.
We have just a couple of fans that love us.
They're very sweet.
And
very
they're
dedicated.
They're very dedicated and loud.
I think they're going to spread the word. I really think we're going to get some traction from this.
Yeah, you can't fucking keep us down.
Slow clap.
Oh,
Those,
man.
I
those
love that
3
you had to
fans
say
gonna
it.
get you in the podcast Hall of Fame. How many hours you put into this thing every goddamn week?
You're-
How much money have you spent on comic books?
I wouldn't say I measure it in hours or dollars, but enjoy.
Yeah.
But enjoy.
Enjoy it, Greg in Utah. Eat this up.
Hey, Greg in Utah
You're making
is
a
great.
huge difference in his life.
He's great. Greg in Utah is great.
Yeah, at least we won't die jaded like you.
Okay, maybe start
How
another
many-
Patreon too early.
Let's
Okay, well, the Patreon's not really.
let's see how much time you've invested into making sure something not worth saving goes down.
Hey,
Podcast demon.
This is my easiest side hustle, believe you me. I do
Still a
not
lot of
invest a
time.
lot of time in sinking this fucking ship.
Oh, we're not even your main thing?
No, easy peasy, not my main
It
thing.
is
Oh,
flattering that you
Rogan takes a lot of my time.
I can see that. He seems like just a fucking mess.
Word.
God.
We agree on
Did you
one
make
thing, I
Elon
guess.
smoke that joint? Was that you?
Elon Musk is one of my passion projects. He's maybe my crowning achievement.
Did you hook him up with Grimes, that concubine?
Indeed, I did.
Okay,
A beautiful mistress of the night.
so it seems.
Oh, you agree?
I don't disagree.
I don't
Are
think
you
I've
gonna-
actually ever seen a picture of Grimes, to be honest.
I think we're missing. I mean, there is one good thing that came out of this.
Alabaster.
Budget King, you're not really fired, and you don't really have to go to
Oh,
a grave.
yeah, thank God. Yeah, that was I saw my life flash before my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, that's
This is
all.
the only thing I hold dear in life, and I still have it.
I should have waited until you buried yourself alive to chime in.
Haha, next year,
If it wasn't for Margaret, did you say your name was?
I forget my name, actually.
Well, I'm
I'm
sure
just
this
so
whole
taken
thing
aback.
has been
I want my Vanessa
Super
back.
traumatic
Where's my
for you.
Vanessa?
Yeah, this is very traumatic.
Well,
I'm going to walk off into the middle distance
Well-
now.
Oh, I'm so
Psych
sorry.
Vanessa's mom. I hijacked her corpse for my fun gag on First
Really,
Issue Club.
Really good psych podcast.
Yeah, you
humor,
got
I
us.
gotta
That was
say.
elaborate. It's elaborate for a thing you don't like.
All right, well, I got a meeting with Bernie Madoff's corpse, so I'm going to see you guys later. Here's to
I hope not.
Here's
I
to
mean-
another Halloween special. See you jokers next year. Baba booey. Fuck you.
Oh, fuck.
no.
Get out of here. Go to hell.
Again with the Baba Booey shit.
Man,
No,
what a
every
dick.
time.
Yeah. What a tired turd.
Well, so I guess we don't need to change anything about the podcast.
No,
But
but
we're doing fine.
I'm glad we're here at this fire.
Yeah, it's actually nice and warm, and ooh, we still got some more stuff.
Of
Yeah.
course we do.
All right. Well, great. So
Let's just keep on doing a podcast.
we have got to stop getting ourselves in these predicaments every year.
I'm glad nothing's burning down.
Including lemonade stands or lemonade stands.
Stand. All right. Happy Halloween, everybody.
This has been another episode of First Issue Club. We are a proud member of the Fountain City Frequency family of podcasts. Our music is provided by Primary Color Music. We are recorded in KCUR Studios. You can find us, rate us, friend, and follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, email, and your favorite listening platforms at First Issue Club, FIRST.
Once saw a dog on the road. Here comes Mr. Pumpkin Man. Can climb buildings. Here comes Mr. Pumpkin Man.
I'm Mr. Pumpkin Man.